Democrats are not happy unless a liberal politician somewhere is making a run at your gun rights. All in the name of safety, of course.
People here in Colorado will soon have to complete state safety courses and complete a background check to buy most semi-automatic guns with detachable magazines.
I really think this bill will make Colorado communities safer and prevent both accidents as well as reduce gun violence. And ultimately, that means saving lives.
All right, Polis is among the worst, of course, governors out there. It's totally disingenuous. The new law is radically anti-Second Amendment because beginning in 2026, it will be illegal to buy or sell or manufacture semi-automatic guns with detachable magazines unless you pass, as you said, he said, 2 background check, get a permit, local sheriff's office, a long safety course. Joining me now, Colleen Noir, Second Amendment advocate. Colleen, this covers virtually all semi-autos, does it not, including the very, very popular Glock 9mm?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, at this point, this bill basically proves that the government of Colorado thinks that people are stupid. This idea and this concept that they're doing this because they want to stop mass shootings, yet all the major mass shootings in Colorado, all those shooters pass background checks. So how sincere can you truly be if your response to that is, oh, we're going to have them pass what? Another background check? So it just goes to show you that the overall goal is just...
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And a 12-hour course?
Exactly. So who does that hinder the most, right? As far as I'm concerned, I know a lot of people that work a lot and don't have time to go and get a 12-hour course just to be able to purchase a certain type of firearm to use to defend themselves. So the only people who are going to be able to do this are the elite.
And of course, it costs real money. I mean, this is not free. So again, individuals, the Democrats are worried about people having enough money to pay for a voter ID, which is about, maybe $25. And yet they're fine with putting all of these restrictions on the purchase of a semi-automatic handgun or semi-automatic weapon. I think it's fairly obvious because they also want a state database of gun owners. What would the reason for that be, Colleen?
I guarantee you it's not safety, because if it was about safety, they would understand that having a database of gun owners is basically a laundry list for all the criminals to go out and find the people who have guns that they can go and steal. So it has nothing to do with safety other than control, which when you think about it, it analogizes the two. So the criminals want the list so they can go and take the guns, and the government wants the list so that they can go at some point and take the guns as well.
Well, at the same time, the court decided not to take up a case that challenged a New York gun law that includes a ban on carrying concealed in, quote, sensitive locations. And it goes beyond schools to healthcare facilities, churches, parks, entertainment venues, other places where people gather. And a provision actually, hold on, that requires gun owners to show good moral character to obtain concealed carry licenses. Colleen, probably for coming on, the angle and talking about Second Amendment rights, you probably wouldn't be considered in certain jurisdictions a person of good moral character. You'd fail just on that.
I'll probably be the last person they would ever let get a gun just based on my stance on this alone. But it does beg the question. I just got done doing a video on a research that just came out that demonstrated that armed legal gun owners actually do a better job at stopping active shooters than uniformed police officers. But check, New York wants to create a law that pretty much bans most people from carrying guns the most places that they would normally visit. So
right.
Again, the question is, what's the purpose of this other than absolute control? We've got to stop giving this power to the government to basically treat a constitutional right like it's a privilege. We don't do this with any other constitutional right except for the Second Amendment. And ironically, Second Amendment is the only constitutional right that gives the most power to the people.
Yeah, individual right to keep and bear arms. That's what the Heller decision said. And now these states are eroding it. And on this sensitive areas issue, California has now expanded its list of what's called sensitive from 11 places to 20 categories. So now it includes bars and restaurants that serve alcohol, parks, casinos, stadiums, amusement parks, and then all the rest, healthcare facilities, I guess other places where people gather. So, Colleen, you could see a situation where, again, a concealed carry permit owner goes into a place not being aware, oh my gosh, this qualifies as sensitive, making law-abiding people into criminals for exercising their constitutional rights.
Again, but I'm not surprised, because that's what these gun control laws are designed to do. They're designed to hurt law-abiding citizens. And so if I can take a law-abiding citizen, create a law that makes him unintentionally break a law, now guess what I get to do? I get to then restrict them from owning a firearm because they weren't aware of that law. So everything always boils down to, how do we make this extremely hard for law-abiding citizens to be able to carry firearms? They don't care about criminals. They don't care about criminals. All they care about is making sure the people don't have a right to bear those arms, because those are the people that they want to control. And then they utilize the criminals as a justification for why they need to create these laws and take our rights away.
Yeah, safety. I mean, I remember that case in Texas a few years back where one parishioner, I believe it was Texas, saved countless people from certain death when a guy was about to, open fire on the church, a congregation. Yep. And thank goodness one responsible firearms owner exercised his constitutional right and saved that congregation. Colleen, thank you very much. The court's got to take this case up.